Grep, the extremely useful command with a strange name. Let's talk about what grep is, where it came from, how it works, and the meaning behind that bizarre name. What is grep, essentially? Well, grep is a Unix command, and consequently a Linux command as well. It can be used in Windows operating systems, but that's rare. Grep was created by Ken Thompson at AT&T Bell Labs back in 1973. Ken's one of the founding fathers of modern computing. He also co-created Unix, the foundation that most modern operating systems are built on today. So what does grep do? Grep searches files for patterns of characters that you give it. That's all it does. Despite the complicated name, there's no mysterious magic taking place when you type the grep command. It's just searching through files for patterns. Here's how we use it. I type the word grep, followed by any of grep's options that I would like to use, followed by the character pattern I want grep to look for, followed by the file, files, or folders I would like grep to search. Now here's what grep is doing when we use it. If I type grep error log file 1, grep opens the file named log file 1 and reads the first line. If the line contains a pattern that matches the pattern we searched for, grep prints the entire line where the matching pattern was found to our screen. Grep then moves to the second line. If grep finds a matching pattern on the second line, it prints it to our screen. If it doesn't, it simply moves to the next line. Grep repeats this function on every line until there are no more lines in the file. Here is what this looks like in the real world. We'll go grep, Ohio, in the states file. Notice how the matching pattern is in red, and then the contents of the rest of the line is in white. Now let me show you the actual file we are searching, vi states. Then we'll move down to where where Ohio actually is. And you can see here that it matched this pattern, Ohio, and here's the rest of the line it printed on line 37. So we'll get out of that. We'll clear our screen. Now what's with that complicated name? Well, the word grep is an acronym, and it stands for Global Regular Expression Print. That acronym may make you say, what the heck? Why does that sound so complicated? And the actual answer is because we're nerds, and it's basically in the job description. We like to make everything sound harder than it is to impress other nerds. But if you ask any of us, it's because we are attempting to be precise, descriptive, and correct. And the name grep actually is all three of these things. Let's break down each word and it will make sense. We'll start with the word global. No, this doesn't mean search the whole planet. It means search the entire file and do not stop searching after finding the first match. If you simply think of the entire file as being the globe in this context, it actually makes more sense. The next acronym is actually two words, regular expression. This is another bizarre one for people who are unfamiliar. Regular expressions, or regex for short, are simply patterns describing what you're looking for in text. Imagine you have a big box of Legos, this is your text file, and you want to find all the red 2x4 bricks. This is your search pattern. If you were just looking for the word red, that's simple, one color. But what if you wanted to find every red or blue brick that's exactly 2 studs wide? Now you need a pattern, a rule that says, show me all the pieces that match this description. That rule, that pattern language, is what a regular expression is. Now we'll move on to our final word in the grep acronym, print. Now, this just means, grep, place your findings on screen for me. But why specifically the word print? When Unix was being created at AT&T Bell Labs in the early 1970s, most terminals weren't screens at all. They were physical teletype machines, basically electric typewriters connected to a computer. So when a program sent text output, the machine would literally print the text on paper line by line as it came in. That's where the word print came from, because programs like ed, cat, and eventually grep would literally print their results on paper. Here's a picture of an old teletype Model 33. If you look closely, you can see the spool of paper at the top rear portion of the keyboard housing. This is where results would be printed. So there you have it. We discussed what grep is, where it came from, how it works, and the meaning behind that strange name. If you know of someone else that would enjoy learning simply and thoroughly what grep is and where it came from, please share this video with them. And thanks for hanging out with me.